Want to get to our other big story tonight. This increasing number of women turning to midwife services and births outside of the hospital. But an Arizona home birth tragedy where both mom and baby died, raising new concerns about safety, training, and oversight.
After hearing from this grieving family what they wish they knew before choosing their midwife, ABC15 senior investigator Melissa Blasius has been compiling information to make it even easier for expectant moms to decide what's best for them and their babies.
ABC15 set out to do something that's never been done before. We created an interactive database online with details of the credentials and disciplinary records for all of Arizona's 400+ midwives who have active licenses. Throughout this story, you can click on the QR code on your screen for a direct link. You're about to see why this is so important.
This has been the hardest thing I've ever had to live through.
Joey Harrelson's daughter and grandson both died last December after a home birth gone wrong.
And I'm a pretty strong person, but this has torn our family apart.
Her daughter, Jordan Terry, hired midwife Sarah Kankowitz based on recommendations from other new moms. Joey said Jordan and her family did not know that state regulators had found deficiencies in the care that Kankowitz provided during 2 other births, and she had also received 5 fines for failing to turn in reports on time. This wasn't the first bad outcome.
Yes. After the fact, family started researching. What I've learned is that so many violations, so many citations.
3 years before Jordan Terry and her baby Mac died, Heather Flowers hired the same midwife.
And I really trusted that she had my health, my safety that's what she was there to monitor. All these red flags were ignored.
According to state records, Kankowitz did not check vital signs as often as required during a lengthy labor. And when baby Karina, who was 11 pounds, was born, Heather said she was purple and not responsive at first. Luckily, she was revived. And when it came to caring for the mom, the state's report said Kankowitz violated the rules when she did not seek consultation for a severe laceration, a tear Heather developed when delivering such a big baby.
Every day of my life, I have a consequence from the tear. Every single day. There has not been one day in the last 4 years that have gone by that I have not suffered.
Heather wanted to warn others about the midwife, but said it was hard to figure out the process.
I wasn't going to give up, making sure the report finished and was complete. So it took a lot. It took quite a long time.
Heather filed her complaint with the Arizona Department of Health Services. ADHS licenses nearly 100 midwives, and the same group of regulators also supervises funeral homes, audiologists, laser techs, and several other health professions and facilities.
I couldn't believe it. I thought to myself, how are these people going to address this issue or even understand what actually happened here?
Adding to the confusion, Arizona has 2 classes of midwives licensed by 2 separate agencies. There are more than 300 certified nurse midwives who have advanced medical degrees and are licensed under the state's nursing board. They also can use more medication and more medical interventions than midwives licensed through ADHS like Kankowitz was. This ADHS group just needs a high school diploma, no formal medical training, as long as they pass a written knowledge test and get third-party certification from a credentialing group that requires an apprenticeship-type program.
I wasn't aware of the certified midwife versus a licensed midwife, lay midwives. I really didn't delve into that. I trusted, that she would be safe regardless because this person is saying that they're professional.
What would you tell a young woman anywhere if they're kind of like, oh, this looks so idyllic?
Try not to be sold on a fantasy. Ask more questions.
It was detrimental to the health and safety of the mother and child.
So they're trying to revoke her license?
They suspended her for 6 months.
To help families answer their questions, ABC15 spent days sorting through hundreds of licensing records from both ADHS and the Board of Nursing, creating a first-of-its-kind database in Arizona. On ABC15.com, you can see the names of all Arizona midwives with active licenses, their regulatory agency, their type of license, and how long they've been practicing in Arizona. You can search by name and click links to their disciplinary records.
You can see whether they've had any fines, any violations, any deficiencies, any suspensions, any revocations.
That's excellent. Yeah, having it all in one area would be very beneficial to moms.
Longtime midwives tell ABC15 most of their colleagues do an excellent job in providing patient-centered care and natural childbirth while following state health and safety regulations.
And having an excellent skilled provider at your birth increases the safety tenfold. So I think that doing your due diligence, if this is something that you want and want to pursue, that you absolutely should do your homework.
Sarah Kankowitz no longer has a license to practice midwifery in our state. As for Jordan and baby Mac's family, they're still coping with their loss, but they're also focusing on what we can do as a community to prevent future birth tragedies. We at ABC15 hope this database can lower a hurdle to finding quality care.
I appreciate all that you guys have done. Just get the word out, and our biggest thing is awareness.
While making this database, we looked closely at the past 3 years, finding ADHS took regulatory enforcement action against more midwives than the Arizona State Board of Nursing did. But some of that has to do with different oversight rules. 2 ADHS licensed midwives, including Kankowitz, surrendered their licenses as they faced potential revocation. 4 more ADHS licensed midwives were issued suspensions. ADHS also gave 3 midwives statements of deficiency, which list violations of state health rules and seek corrective action. Finally, ADHS fined 1/3 of all their midwives, 33 of them, in the last 3 years for failing to turn in required midwife reports. Those reports must be submitted within 30 days of completing care for each client. Now, the State Nursing Board does not require such client reports from its certified nurse midwives. On their side, the only discipline in the last 3 years was license suspensions for 2 nurse midwives. I'm senior investigator Melissa Blasius, ABC15, Arizona.
Melissa, thank you. We reached out to AHDS about licensing rules and discipline. A spokesperson said they'd provide a document with a summary last month. Still haven't received it. Former midwife Sarah Kankowitz, we do have an update, has declined to speak to ABC15 on the advice of her lawyer. If you would like the investigators to look into something, as Melissa did there, email us at investigators@abc15.com or call the number on your screen.